Joining us on the line right now, the winner of Montreal UFC 97's Fight of the Night, Sam Stout. Sam, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, Sam. You had a great fight, a very close fight with Matt Wyman. Originally, your fight was scheduled to be a prelim, but was thankfully bumped up to the main card. Why was that the case?
I don't know what actually happened was they bumped. I was originally scheduled to be the very first prelim of the night, and when I got there, they told me they were going to switch me and have me be the last prelim before the pay-per-view started. And what happened was just all the fights kept going to decision, and it came to be like 9. It was like 9:30, and there was still a fight going on. The fight before that was supposed to be before mine, and they came back and told me that there wasn't going to be time for me to get in there before the pay-per-view started, so they were just going to have me as a swing belt and squeeze me in when they could. So it ended up being about a 6-hour warm-up for me.
Yeah, and what was that like exactly with warming up, getting ready to, go out there and fight and warm up and then be told, you're going to be out a couple hours later. You essentially had to warm up again.
Yeah, it was difficult, but it was an even playing field, though. I knew he'd be in there doing the same thing, so I wasn't really too worried about it or anything.
All right, so yeah, what names were you able to work out with in the training for this fight?
Pardon me? Can you say that again?
What names did you work out with to train for this fight?
I worked a lot with Junie Browning, Tyson Griffin, Martin Campman, Jay Haran, all the boys out in Vegas. Gray wasn't really working with us too much. He just had his knee scoped while I was there, so he was out. But got all the usual guys out in Vegas, and then I came home and finished up with Mark Hominick and Chris Ordesky and all the boys at my home gym, the Adrenaline Training Center here in London, Ontario.
Now, speaking of Chris Ordesky, Sam, what's been going on with him? We haven't really been able to a chance to see him fight at all lately.
Yeah, he was scheduled to fight on that Affliction card a while back, and he had a problem with his neck, and it was it was a pinched nerve or something like that was affecting his strength in his right arm. So he had an MRI, and he's all cleared, and he's really ready to fight at any time. I think his next, he's going to be on the next Affliction card. That'll be his next fight.
Matt Wyman, while standing up more, is actually known as a ground guy. Did he surprise you with his willingness to stand up and bang with you?
No, I knew that he'd stand at least for a little bit. He typically does that in his fight. He likes to come out and swing for the fences. What surprised me about him is, it was a little trickier than I thought it would be to stand with him. He popped me with some pretty good shots because he's got a pretty unorthodox kind of style. He throws some loopy punches from strange angles, so he ended up catching me a couple times with a couple good ones.
All right, and it was a close fight, and the first round kind of, I guess, seemed to be the decisive round in the fight. What do you think won you that round?
In the first round?
Yes.
Honestly, man, it was a fast-paced fight. It's all kind of a blur. I have a hard time remembering. I haven't had a chance to go back and really watch it yet. So kind of hard for me to pick out what really did it for me.
Now, you dropped him with a Mickey Ward punch to the liver. Was that in the game plan at all for the pre-fight?
It wasn't it wasn't really in the game plan. It's just something I like to do a lot is throw that liver shot. I think it's just because I've been hitting the body hard, and I know it's the worst spot to get hit. So I felt pretty good though to see him hit his knees, drop to his knees when I hit him in the body though.
All right, and Sam, what was it like able to fight in front of your home country Canadian fans? I mean, obviously you fought at UFC 83 there, but what was it like to be able to get a win on the biggest stage in MMA?
It was a dream come true. I've been fighting in Montreal for a long time, and the fans there are really supportive of me and really, really good to me. And to go out there and get a big win like that in front of them was just like I couldn't ask for anything more.
All right. What names do you want to get in the cage in the future? I mean, you've already fought K-Flow, who is now fighting BJ Penn, so that's obviously a huge name, but who do you want to fight in the future?
Really, the UFC lightweight division's so stacked. There's a million different guys. Everyone still always talks to me about the Spencer Fisher fight. So that's one guy I'd like to finish it up and do the rubber match with him someday. And but really anybody in that division it's just such a stacked division. There's so many talented guys. I'd be thrilled to fight anybody.
All right, Kyle Gaisman and Scott Levine here, joined with Sam Hands of Stone Stout here on Fight Talk Radio. Sam, you mentioned about Spencer Fisher. He's got a big fight coming up with Kale Uno. What are your thoughts on that fight?
I think that's going to be a great fight. Both of them are really experienced mixed martial artists who have been around for a long time. Both, really tough competitors. I think that's going to be a great fight to watch.
All right, and Sam, UFC 97 drew 21,400 fans. That is the largest gate in North American MMA history. Just explain how loud it truly got in there.
It was crazy, man. You couldn't even hear yourself think when you're in there. It was, but it was. I feed off that kind of energy. It was, it was really exciting for me to have that, and it felt like all those people were cheering for me, so that was nice too.
And Sam, before you mentioned how stacked you think the lightweight division is in the UFC, how do you think you rank among everyone?
I think I'm kind of right now. I'm kind of in the middle of the pack. I'm looking to get myself back on the winning track, and Saturday night was a good start for me. But I definitely need to rack up a couple more wins before I'm in title contention.
And Sam, it seems like you're almost every fight you're in. It seems like you're getting these the fight of the night bonuses. I mean, this one I believe was $70,000, the most that Dana has ever given out. When you're going into a fight, are you focused more on? Are you willing to do more to give up to provide the best show for the fans, or are you just more focused on getting the win?
Obviously the first thing you have to be thinking about is getting yourself that win. But for me, I realize that it's a sport and everything, but it's sports entertainment. Like it's definitely always in my mind that to go out there and perform and make the fight as exciting as I can, and that's what I try and do every time I go out there. So yeah, it's definitely something I think about.
All right, and 97. Obviously, the main event was very disappointing. Dana White actually had to apologize for how the fight went. What are your thoughts on how the Silva latest fight went, and do you think it hurt the UFC as a whole?
I think those fights happen sometimes, and it always sucks when you're pumped up for a main event and it doesn't really deliver. But it was it's with that fight it was it takes two guys to fight, really. So Anderson as a striker, I've had guys that don't want to stand with me and are just pulling guard and stuff like that. But on the other hand, I think Anderson, he's good enough that he could have pushed the pace and he wouldn't have been putting himself in too much danger if he would have gone after him a little bit more. So I don't know. It was disappointing for sure.
And Sam Stout joining us here on Fight Talk Radio. Sam, what are you doing now? Are you taking a break, or are you getting right back into training?
Well, I managed to come out of that fight with basically no injuries other than a couple bruises on my face, and my shins are a little bit sore. So, but I got no injuries, so I'm going to get right back in the gym. Probably take a week or so off. It's my 25th birthday on Thursday, so I'll probably do a little partying this week, and then right back to work next week.
All right, so how busy do you want to stay in the cage? When do you think you're going to get your next fight in?
I'll just wait for the call. I think, that at this point they got so many guys on the roster right now that they have their cards, planned out for quite a while. So, whenever they want to put me in there, I'll be ready to go.
All right, Sam, Hands of Stone Stout, thanks for joining us tonight, Sam, and I hope you have a great birthday this week.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.